The biggest problem that you have is actually yourself. Yes, the biggest problem that I had was myself. And that's your biggest problem as well, who you think you are. Now, just that statement alone can offend a lot of people. I understand that. But why is it offending you? Isn't that where the problem originates from in the first place? How often are you offended by what is said? How often are you offended by what's experienced? How often are you offended by other religions, other beliefs, other ideas, how someone looks, how they act? Well, why are you offended? Because the biggest problem is you. It's not necessarily what's actually happening, what's being experienced. It's because it is believing to be experienced to you. Wow, mind blowing. Let's get into it a little bit today. And I just want to say, stay on the lookout, because one topic that's very, very close to me is mind identification, mental programming, conditioning, and so forth. The constructs of our mental framework, because for so long I lived in this realm. I surrendered to this realm. I was a slave to my mind. So nothing sometimes is more potent than actually speaking about this, and it's a little taste today. I have personal experience from being here, guys. I was short-tempered. I was frustrated. I was insecure. I was angry. You can really say I was all of it, wrapped into a bundle. One of the main reasons I actually got so obsessed with working out was because of how insecure and fearful I was, chasing ghosts of an imaginary somebody who existed. I continued to run from what I believed was true, thinking that I was going to arrive somewhere one day when all my problems were solved, due to my identification with the body and the fearful thoughts and conditioning. Well, this leads me to explain another thing. Me, myself, right? I've been on the road many times in traffic, just driving, experienced road rage at times, anger, frustration. It's embarrassing to admit, but it's true. Short-tempered, angry like that. Now my whole day is wrecked. My whole mood is wrecked. And I can't seem to let it go, ruminating on a story of what just happened and what happened to me. I'm not here to preach to you guys. I'm not here to give you a sermon. I'm here to give you my direct experience and let you know that it must be the truth for many of you, because it isn't based on my thoughts and ideas. It's seeing past them all. The biggest problem that I had was myself. I heard today while watching a video, I forget the teacher, please forgive me, I'm just telling you I did not come up with this, but it resonated with me very strongly. And he said, you're not trying to get freedom for yourself, you're trying to get freedom from yourself. And that hit me like a ton of bricks, because nothing is more true. One of our biggest issues, one of our most common denominators for suffering, is the person we think is doing the suffering. It's a very fragile topic because many people like to question and don't see directly, and never like to hear that who they think they are is not the ultimate reality. It is part of it, but it isn't the ultimate truth. It isn't a someone who is born, experiences a life on a timeline, and dies, and it's the end. It's the end of the story. But what was truly the story, and more importantly, who knew this story? And it is this story, it is this us, it is this biggest problem, ourself, that we tend to suffer. You know, when we believe we are alone, when we believe we are separate, When we believe we are isolated, connected to no one, everyone is different than us. They look different, they believe different, they practice different, they do different things, on and on and on. Politics, religion, culture, society. Must we continue? It's all over the place. I just made a video about this, and it directly speaks to the third pillar of truth. We are all one. When we believe that a life is happening to a someone, and there's a story and mental programming narrating this life that seems to be outside of us, why do you think we get so frustrated? Why do you think we get so stressed? Why do you think we hate people so often? Why do you think we go to war? Why do you think we want to fight? Why do you think there is murder and so forth? On and on and on. Because we don't see that this separation, this someone that life is happening to, is actually an illusion. It isn't what it actually seems to be. It is a necessary fiction. It is part of the show, but it isn't the show itself. Let me rephrase that. It is the show, but it isn't the screen or the stage in which the show appears. That stage, that screen, isn't separate. It's complete. That stage isn't isolated. It's connected as everything. We're living our lives through the assumption of a life that is happening to us. It starts as soon as we believe that we wake up. The story starts. It's ignited. And now we continue. And this is what we consider our realities to be. The perceived and conceptual reality. Boom. As soon as our feet hit the floor, it's on. And now, guess what? The frustration, the anger, the suffering, the resistance, it's all part of it because we're following a storybook within mind. And we are going to dissect in later videos, maybe a series, and I may even come out with a free guide for you guys. I got a lot to think about here. I say think about. Because the question then comes, how do we see that this story that we believe is our life and the character in the story, the one life is happening to, isn't the ultimate reality? Because what's on the other side when we close that book? We see the reader, the one reading it, paying attention to it. And they don't have to read it or pay attention to it to its fullest capacity. When the reader, consciousness, awareness, seems to be reading that story, if you allow it, it will dive into it. It will be consumed, engulfed. The story will swallow the reader whole. And now it is an altered state. And now it is at the mercy of what are on the pages of that story. But the biggest shift, the biggest realization is not trying to escape that story. The story was never real. The character was truly never real. It's remembering you're the reader. And that is where transformation happens. Stay on the lookout for the school community when it is launched in the first 24 hours. Wink, wink. You can still get my 3 Pillars of Truth guide for free down below. I will talk to you guys soon. Right now, just to give you all some updates, I am creating the course of the 3 Pillars of Truth course, the first 4 lessons of the first pillar of truth, consciousness is all. I'm also getting meditations, the meditation collective, which will be in the school community as well. I'm getting a lot of the content that will be there for the members when they join, so you can jump and dive into it. And most importantly, all of the channels. So you're going to be able to share some of your insights. You're going to share some of your wins, some of your art. I have channels called The Collective Art and The Collective Resources. And this is where the Collective Resources is you can share books, podcasts, anything you've read, anything, other resources that have helped you have a better understanding or have a better shift, a direct seeing to your true essence. And then the collective art is where you can share your creativity, poetry, stories, whatever it may be, art that your true essence has brought to life within you and how you express it. I know many of you, I've experienced many of you who have poetry or you say beautiful sayings or express your insights, absolutely beautiful. And at the school community, you'll be able to share this with everyone and myself. That's the beauty of it. It's all about all of us together, the core collective community. And then we have even a channel section of our shared struggles, because we cannot pretend that this can be difficult at times to see and recognize and to embody. So you can share your struggles there, and you'll also be able to share your wins and insights as well. A lot of great things, guys. So I can't wait to see you there. But more importantly, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.